Welcome back to our channel. In this video, we delve into the stories of 24 actors who have faded away from the limelight over the past few decades. Some have been overlooked, some have passed away, and others continue to remain active in Hollywood, but in smaller roles. We've put together a list of some of the most forgotten actors from the 90s, 2000s, and other decades. Let's get started. In the 90s, Heather Graham gained attention as a prominent actress in films like Boogie Nights, Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, Lost in Space, and Bowfinger. Despite continuing her work in film and television, she did not achieve the same level of fame as in the 90s. In 2017, Graham disclosed an incident from the early 2000s when Harvey Weinstein indirectly suggested offering her a role in exchange for sleeping with him. Graham canceled a planned meeting with Weinstein, avoiding any further contact and involvement in his produced movies. Sinbad might have faded from the spotlight, but he lives on through memes and maintains a reputation in many people's minds. He appeared in several well-known Hollywood comedies, including Jingle All the Way, had a role in A Different World, hosted the late-night discussion show on Vibe, and even had his sitcom, The Sinbad Show. In 2009, Sinbad was listed as one of the 10 worst tax debtors in the state of California, owing the state millions in personal income tax. In 2020, the actor suffered a stroke, but successfully recovered from it. Clancy Brown, a tall, wavy-haired American actor with a rich, deep voice, has distinguished himself as a multifaceted performer, making outstanding contributions to theater, feature films, television shows, and even animation. Today, he is best known for The Shawshank Redemption and the voice he gave to Mr. Krabs in SpongeBob SquarePants. During the mid-1990s, Larissa Olenic gained fame for her portrayal of Alex Mack in the children's television series The Secret World of Alex Mack. She went on to play Bianca Stratford in the film 10 Things I Hate About You and had recurring roles in Third Rock from the Sun. Despite maintaining activity in Hollywood, she has kept a low profile since then. Sometimes, a celebrity might fade away from the acting world but resurge in other categories like writing and directing. Sarah Polley, a Canadian filmmaker, writer, political activist, and retired actress, initially gained attention as a young actress for her role as Ramona Quimby in the television series Ramona, based on Beverly Cleary's books. She was also one of the more well-known actresses in the late 90s and early 2000s. Since then, she has become renowned for her other accomplishments, such as winning an Oscar in 2023 for Best Adapted Screenplay for Women Talking. While his older brother, Alec Baldwin, might be more famous, William Billy Baldwin put up a decent fight for popularity in the 90s and 2000s. Except for Backdraft, most of the big-budget films Billy was in bombed at the box office. He is also well known for marrying Chynna Phillips, a member of the music group Wilson Phillips, and the daughter of musician John Phillips and Michelle Gilliam. Mr. Robot himself, Christian Slater, was everywhere in the 90s, starring in Tony Scott's True Romance, acting alongside Kevin Costner in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and John Travolta in Broken Arrow. Slater had a good start to his career. Sadly, due to alcohol abuse and domestic violence, Slater was unable to sustain his 90s success. However, he remains active in television and film. Jonathan Taylor Thomas was a great sensation in the 1990s. He played a prominent role in Home Improvement, but after working there for a while, he quit to concentrate on his studies. Thomas appeared as a guest star on Last Man Standing, although he is more interested in putting acting on the back burner and focusing on writing and directing. Fred Savage rose to fame as Kevin Arnold in The Wonder Years, a role that made him a household name. He now primarily engages in background work. Boy Meets World, That's So Raven, Hannah Montana, Wizards of Waverly Place, and The Wonder Years reboot are just a few of the TV shows for which he has directed episodes. Ethan Embry acted in at least 2 movies a year throughout the 1990s, appearing in some of the most popular motion pictures of the decade, such as Can't Hardly Wait, Empire Records, White Squall, and Vegas Vacation. However, Embry faded away from major roles and Hollywood overall after 1999. His career made a comeback when he had a significant role in Showtime's Brotherhood, and he had a recurring role as Greg Mendel on the television series Once Upon a Time. Additionally, he had a guest role as Carter on The Walking Dead. Tommy Rettig was a popular young actor in 1954 when he was chosen from 500 candidates to portray Jeff Miller in the CBS television series Lassie, which debuted on September 12, 1954. He was the first boy to chase after Lassie. Throughout the 20 years the legendary collie was on the network, he worked on the program for 4 years. By 1991, Rettig made a guest appearance as a grown-up Jeff Miller in an episode of the television series The New Lassie with John Provost. Unfortunately, on February 15, 1996, at the age of 54, Rettig passed away from a heart attack. Adrien Barau appeared in John Carpenter-related films such as Someone's Watching Me, The Fog, and Escape from New York early in her career. She occasionally worked with George A. Romero on films like Two Evil Eyes and the Stephen King anthology Creepshow. She is most remembered for her roles in Grease, Maude, and Swamp Thing. Joe Turl is known for playing Dr. Eldon Tyrell in Blade Runner and for appearing in Stanley Kubrick's The Killing, Paths of Glory, and The Shining. Additionally, he played in 3 of Burt Gordon's movies. Before ascending the acting ladder, Turl enlisted in the American Army and saw action in the European theater of operations throughout World War II. He retired from acting after reprising his role as Eldon Tyrell in the 1997 Blade Runner video game. On June 27, 2022, Turl died at the age of 94 from liver failure. Devon Sawa made his big-screen debut in Casper. He went on to star in Wild America, Idle Hands, SLC Punk, and Final Destination, among others. He appeared in the music video for Stan by Eminem, where he played the lead role of an obsessed fan. After that, Sawa became practically invisible in Hollywood, even though he remains active over the years. In the 1990s, Matthew Lillard appeared in some of the best and most popular decade-defining movies, such as Hackers, Scream, and She's All That. Even though he still acts, his career has significantly slowed down. Lillard did have a role in the Oscar-nominated movie The Descendants. Richard Grieco was one of the original members of 21 Jump Street, even before Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum popularized it to the world. Grieco started as Detective Dennis Booker on 21 Jump Street and the spin-off Booker in 1988. After that, he had lesser roles and even appeared in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Lara Flynn Boyle was one of the breakout stars of Twin Peaks in the 90s when the world watched David Lynch's deliciously bizarre cultural phenomenon. She later made appearances in other notable movies, including Wayne's World and Baby's Day Out, as well as in Andrew Fleming's Threesome and Tom Holland's The Temp. After the premiere of Pretty Woman, Campbell Scott became the next person to be the love interest of Julia Roberts in the 1991 romance film Dying Young. Scott also played the starring role in Cameron Crowe's grunge-inspired ensemble comedy Singles, portrayed Mark Usher in House of Cards, and played Joseph Tobin in Damages. Today, he is more known for his portrayal of Richard Parker in The Amazing Spider-Man movies. Stacy K is a prominent American Shakespearean actor, showcasing his remarkable talent on both classic and modern stages. In 1984, he faced a significant setback when charged and sentenced to 6 months in prison for possessing and importing an illegal substance. Keach described this period as the lowest point in his life, highlighting how a friendship formed with a priest during his incarceration eventually led to his conversion to Catholicism. Today, he is recognized for his notable roles in American History X, Prison Break, and as the voice behind CNBC's American Greed. Barbara Hershey has been working in Hollywood, in movies and series, for more than 50 years already. Peaking in the 90s with her roles in The Portrait of a Lady and A Killing in a Small Town, she continued to star in smaller roles in the coming decades, but couldn't reach the same level of fame as before. Valerie Perine's career spans several decades, and she has been involved in various film and television projects. For her performance as comedian Lenny Bruce's wife, stripper Honey Bruce, Perine was nominated for the 1975 Academy Award for Best Actress, the Golden Globe for Best Motion Picture Actress, and the Cannes Film Festival's Best Actress Award. In addition to Lenny, some of her notable works include Slaughterhouse-Five, 1972, and Superman, 1978. In the years since then, Perine has worked on lower-profile projects, although she did have a small supporting role in the 2000 Mel Gibson film, What Women Want. In 2015, Perine was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, causing her to retire from acting. Craig T. Nelson embarked on his entertainment journey, initially exploring stand-up comedy, but eventually building an impressive portfolio in movies and television. Since 1969, he has shared the screen with renowned actors such as Al Pacino, Meryl Streep, and Tom Cruise. Nelson's accolades include winning an Emmy in 1992. Notably, in 2017, he secured a recurring role as Dale Ballard in the TV series Young Sheldon. Pam Greer's career began in 1971 when she was introduced to films by Roger Corman of New World Pictures. She starred in movies such as The Big Bird Cage and The Big Dollhouse, centered around women's prisons. Filmmaker Quentin Tarantino once described her as the first true female action movie star. Pam Greer has had a significant impact on the entertainment industry and is celebrated for her pioneering role in action films. Lastly, Eddie Furlong seemed destined for greatness in the 90s, portraying the protagonist in highly acclaimed films such as American History X, Brain Scan, and Terminator 2: Judgment Day. However, his career and popularity drastically declined by the end of the decade. Furlong has grappled with alcoholism and substance abuse throughout his career. In February 2021, he reunited with his American History X co-star, Ethan Suplee, on Suplee's podcast American Glutton to discuss his recovery from addiction and compulsive eating. As of the time of publication, he was 3 years sober. That concludes our journey into the lives of these 24 forgotten actors. Thanks for watching.